And hello and welcome back to Dark Souls. Now, as you can probably tell from the music, what you're looking at, and just generally the whole atmosphere going on right now, we're back at Firelink Shrine. And yes, that's quite far away from the depths and Blighttown. There's a reason for me coming back here. Firstly, whilst I've not been recording, I've still been playing the game a little bit, but for safety's sake, oh well, actually not particularly for safety's sake, but because I know the area, I went back and I dropped my summon sign in the depths. And I've helped a couple of people with the Gaping Dragon. Now, the first reason why I'm telling you this is, wow, jolly cooperation is the way to go if you want to grind souls or humanity. If you defeat a boss while summoned, you'll get some humanity, but wow, you get half the souls of everything, and that includes the boss. So yeah, I accumulated an enormous amount of souls. I don't have many now, that's because I've upgraded some stuff. Mostly this. Pyromancy Flame is now plus 13. Quite high. I spent most of the souls on that. I did a few other things, but nothing really memorable. I upgraded a few things a little bit more. The Balder Side Sword, for example, is now plus 10. Now, the reason why I'm here is I discovered that along with the is it the Yaito? Is that the name of the sword? Yeah, the Yaito. Firstly, to increase it beyond plus 5, I need to go to the blacksmith who I gave the ember to, which is Andre the blacksmith. The only one we've discovered so far. So, it's partly why I'm away from the depths. But the other reason is I'm kind of wrestling with a moral dilemma. You see, the main reason why I don't particularly like the Yaito is it only has a slash attack. And I really am fond of a thrust attack as well as a slash attack. I don't only want thrust attacks, otherwise I'd be using the rapier. But as I said, if this had a thrust attack, I would probably choose this over the Balder Side Sword, even though it's got a lower damage at the moment. However, I am aware of an NPC who has a sword like the Yaito, which does bleeding, but also has a slash. And the problem is, it's not an enemy NPC, it's a merchant. Now, I can kill it and take the sword. And that's a horrible position to put me in, because I really want that sword. Now, I came here to meditate and think on things. On my way here, I noticed something. Just in passing. I haven't interacted with it yet. But they're gone. The three folk. I forget what their names were. Milady, Nico was it? And some other guy who was mostly whiny and annoying. So, I thought I'd bring you along for the ride while I go and talk with this dude. And then I'm going to walk to the merchant, who currently has the Sword of Damocles hanging above his head. And over the period of time that it takes me to get to him, it's not very far. I'll debate with myself and with you on whether or not I should go rogue and kill him for his wonderful weapon. What have you got to say? I thought you were going to go with them.
Oh, you again? Me?
Huh?
I've become separated from my lady. I've scoured near and far, but no sight of her. Where
Dude,
has
she
she
was
gone?
right
My
here.
lady, to think I swore to protect you with my life.
Seriously? They didn't look like the sorts that would just bugger off without you.
Your Highness, where have you gone? I am entirely to blame for this. Oh, woe is me. I am unworthy, deathly so.
Don't be too harsh on yourself, dude. I mean, they were kind of annoying. You're kind of annoying, but yeah, seriously, again, don't worry too much, man. I kind of feel sorry for him. Though he does sound a little bit insincere with what he's saying, but then he is a bit, I don't know, stuck up, so maybe that's just the way he talks. Actually, we may as well talk to everyone over here, because we don't come by this way too often.
Hello. Well,
Yo.
you certainly are keeping at it. Myself.
Yes, we've heard that dialogue. Let's talk to you,
I
though.
wish to do what I can to locate Master Logan. I am aware of my shortcomings, but I cannot very well just sit around here and rot. Oh, do not
No,
worry.
don't rot.
I
That
have
would be quite
considered our
bad.
relationship. I will only leave after I have taught you all the sorceries that I know. I shall count myself lucky if I manage to locate Logan, or even return here in one piece.
That's kind of grim. Maybe I just... I mean, I've been buying things from him. He's never quite said that. Maybe I'll just leave one thing here so that you never leave. As a way of protecting you, my friend. But I brought a few things. I brought the Great Soul Arrow. I haven't got the heavy version of it. And I think I bought a few other things as well. I shall check the
Goodbye,
bonfire
then.
in a moment.
Do stay safe.
I'll try. You too. Hey, and in fact, I'm not going to buy all of your things so that you stay safe. I'll be a little bit more proactive than you. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words.
Oh, hello there.
Yo,
I'm
dude.
pleased to see you safe. As
Thanks.
always, if you provide the materials, I can teach you pyromancy.
Righto. I bought quite a lot off this guy. I haven't bought that, and the only reason I haven't bought that is because it apparently makes you slow. So there is never, ever going to be a time where I'm going to use it. But everything else I bought. And to upgrade the pyromancy flame, it simply costs souls. A lot of them at this point. 22,000 to upgrade to a pyromancy flame plus 14. Which I won't be doing for a while, I imagine. Let's talk to you.
Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It
Go
meshes
on.
poorly with advanced culture. And pyromancers are considered rather unsavoury.
I can't
Which
imagine
is fine,
why.
as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning undead didn't change a thing.
Okay, your laugh is probably the least annoying of them.
Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.
I'll really try not to. You are actually an alright sort, despite my earlier comment about you. You're growing on me. Right, what about you? What have you got to say?
What are you looking at?
You.
Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Yeah, I'm at a bad time for you to be giving me threats. I'm considering murder right now, and I mean, I'm considering murdering someone who hasn't actually done anything to deserve it. You, on the other hand, I would have far less issues with killing you. Where's the track? He's buggered off. What happened here? What are you doing? Fighting someone, I think, and goodbye. Oh, that's interesting. The track is vamooshed. Very well. It looks like it's our time to go. So I'm taking you to the merchant, and on the way, like I said, I'm going to be debating. Possibly mostly in my head, I don't know, or should I say mostly in my heart. My heavy heart. Come on then. Alright, let's see if I can parry this. I probably can't. Oh no! Ha ha! Take that! I won't bother with you. You get a ticket today for 1 free life. Oh, you bugger. What is it with all these acrobatic hollows? Craziness. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. Now, like I said, I am kind of struggling with this decision because, by and large, although I tend to play roguish characters in most games, I'm usually a nice sort of rogue. You know, a little bit cheeky, a little bit mischievous, but heart in the right place. Think of me as the Han Solo of rogues. Yeah, I'm kind of morally dubious to begin with because, as we all know, Han shot first. But when the push comes to shove, when it's important, I am the right sort of person. I know when to put aside my greed and actually focus on things that are a little bit more important. But this is pure greed. Oh, I suppose maybe I could argue that it's not really greed, it's survivability, and the other guy isn't really doing anything of worth with the sword. Just kind of sitting there, not using it, not trying to do whatever it is we're doing, because we don't really know that much. We're just here after going to the undead asylum, get locked away because we're undead. Kind of mean, really. And then all of a sudden, some dude throws down a body into our cell and gives us some epic quest, which was his to begin with. Kind of shackles us with the burden instead, because apparently he's not up to the task. Right, let me get behind you so I can backstab you, or just do that. That works as well. So I suppose we could sort of argue that this is for the betterment of everyone in the end, as long as our quest is just. As long as we're doing something grand with that sword, then the ends justify the means. Yeah, I suppose we can sort of, perhaps mostly, convince ourselves that this is the right thing to do.
Oh,
look, dude, I'm here for the sword. Okay, if you just give me the sword, I'm gonna leave, and you don't have to die. And I mean, this laugh, I could kill you for that alone. Honestly, just give me the sword, and everything's gonna be okay. Are you gonna sell me the sword? No, you're not gonna sell me your sword. Come on, dude. Don't make me do this. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy a bunch of stuff off you, because when you're dead, I'm not gonna be able to. And Lloyd's talismans. I'm gonna buy quite a lot of these, because apparently this is the only person who's gonna sell them. So we'll take enough to have 20. Okay, so I just want your sword.
Of course they're stolen. What did
What?
you think? And when you lose your head, I'll sell it all again.
Oh, I see. I see. So you're going to be like that. So you're basically telling me that you're going to...
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Come back soon.
see, there's no good saying thank you very much when you just told me you fully intend to steal my stuff when I die. To scavenge my body, maybe do other things to my body as well. Yeah, I'm doing this for other people, honestly. I'm going to protect them from your evil ways. Take that.
Oh, mad, have you?
Yep.
I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia!
Come on, then. Push. One up. Push. Like that. Ha-ha!
Yulia.
I took one of your humanities. Though I still kind of feel bad. I don't want to feel bad, but I do. There we are. The Uchigatana. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's what we came here for. And had you just given it to us, it would have been alright. And I wouldn't have had to have resorted to murder. It's your fault. You've turned me into a murderer, you scumbag. How will you ever repay me? Right, let's have a look. Now this is what I just killed a man for. Now, it starts at 90. I think the Boulder Side Sword started at like 72 or something. If I were to swap, we would lose a flat 100 off the damage. But that's at plus nothing, and that's plus 10. Now, let's have a look at this. It does slash and thrust. Katana forged in Eastern Land, known for its brisk slashing motions. The Uchigatana cuts beautifully and causes bleeding, but its blade is easily nicked. Well, that's kind of true of all katanas from what I've seen. Really low durability. But I always repair, well, generally I'll repair everything every time I visit a bonfire, so I'm not really worried too much about that. And here we are. It's actually got lower required parameters than the Yaito, but does the same bleeding. So let's have a look at how this plays out. It's quite a nice looking sword. This is the regular slash. Of course, it slashes down because it's stupid. How much damage has that done now? Oh, I didn't need to do that. It hasn't taken any damage yet. Okay, cool. So that's the way it attacks, regular. And this is the strong attack or thrust. Thrust is down. I imagine if I'm locked onto something, it would thrust at them. Let's see if I can kick. Yes, I can. And can I plunge attack? Yes, I can. So, all in all, epic weapon that I killed a man for. That is going to weigh heavily. I can feel myself going hollow right now. All because of that. Alas. However, we are now going to make our way to the undead blacksmith. So that we can upgrade this beautiful weapon. And for that, actually, I best bring my Baldurcide sword for the trip. Yes, whilst I was out grinding humanity on souls, another one of the reasons I ground up in that particular location was the rats that were there. As you know, rats have a potential drop of humanity, the hard humanity. So I was grinding in that area, and simply whilst I was grinding, I would wait to see if anyone wanted to summon me. I'd put my summon sign down and wait for someone to summon me while I was running back and forth, killing slimes and killing rats. And it worked really well. I got summoned quite often despite my high level. I was thinking that my level would preclude me from being summoned too often, because there'd be too many people who weren't near enough to my level. Oh, I wasn't close enough to parry, I don't think. But, no, apparently not. I got quite a few summons. And the net result was every time we successfully killed the dragon, it got me an additional 125,000 souls. It's quite nice, all things considered. As you can see, I've got a little bit better at parrying now. Still not that good, but against these guys I can parry at least as often as I can't. Whereas most things I parry far less often than I do. Oh, bump. Wasn't what I meant to do. But that's fine. Let me get back up there. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't need to kill you. I'm just going to go onwards. I just need to get to the blacksmith. He spotted me? No, good. And once at the blacksmith, I'll buy a bunch of shards and then upgrade my new katana. At least a little ways. I suppose since we bought so many of Lloyd's talismans, we're not going to be able to buy too many of the shards now. I should have really thought of that. But yeah, leave me alone. Ah, oh, damn it. I meant to turn around. There we go. I'd best drink an Estus flask, actually. No sense in just running around when I don't need to be in healthy. I do like that sweeping cut that you'll perform with the Baldurcide sword if you're running at the time. Ooh, bit of a frame rate drop there. And down we go. I'll rest at this bonfire. Ooh, what does this say? Need happiness. Oh yeah, that's my message. Because we all need happiness. Me especially. Now, have I actually got any Titanite shards? No, I don't. That's fine. But hopefully I may have some hard souls that I can convert, like the souls of a nameless soldier and things like that. If I do... Oh yeah, I've got 7 hard humanity because each time I completed the boss with someone, I'd get a large chunk of... well, I'd get 1 humanity, but that would automatically be given to me. It wouldn't be in hard humanity form. So after a little while, I just started just saving up the hard humanity I got off the rats. And it worked out quite well. Seriously, I cannot recommend co-op on this game enough. And especially because you don't need to be human to be summoned. You can put your summon sign down at any point. That makes it so much easier to do. Because you're not constantly under risk of being invaded yourself. Hello, Andre. Yes, actually. But first, my good man, sell me your finest Titanite shards. Right, we shouldn't use all of it, otherwise we'll run out of money to actually upgrade it. So now we want to reinforce weapons. Uchigatana. Actually, let's bring this up first so you guys can see how this thing upgrades. So it starts at 90, which is pretty good, and a B on dexterity. So the first one takes us up to 99. Next one to 108, so it's adding 9 a time. And 8 this time. It's going to take 2 Titanite shards to move up to +4. That's 10 that time. And 3 Titanite shards now for this last one. And another 9 this time. So there we go. Now, I need to modify equipment. And these are the ones that I can modify either to raw, if I wanted to. Oh, actually, I can bring that one down to side sword +5. I didn't realize you could undo that. That's pretty cool. Or I can move it up to a +6. Now, I need 1 large Tritonite. I keep saying Tritonite. I mean Titanite. So, currently, the Balder side sword is 160, and that's at +10. At +6, the Uchigatana will be at 144. So let's do that. There we go. I'm not going to bother upgrading these just yet. Well, especially the Aito, because I probably won't use it. So 1 large Titanite shard. Actually, let's bring this up again. Will take us up to 153. And at +8, it's going to already have beaten the Balder side sword. So this was worth doing. It was totally worth doing. I totally made the right choice in murdering that merchant just to take his sword. Oh, someone needs a bonfire. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and swap weapons. Actually, oh, we still lose a little bit, but only a tiny bit. I wonder why. I wonder why we still lose some. It's got to be. Oh, it's the bonus. It's because the Balder side sword is also getting a bonus from my strength, a very small one, but a bonus nonetheless, and that's equating to an extra 8 in the bonus field. But this weapon gets a bleeding attack, so clearly it's going to be better in the long run. So there we have it. We are now properly equipped to cause bleeding damage. Yes, and we just need to keep telling ourselves that that was completely worth it. So, now we're going to run this way and head back to Blighttown, I guess. Though, I suppose I could explore up here, but I feel that I haven't explored everything that there is to explore in Blighttown. And, well, I mean, Blighttown is an area that I need to go, so I really should. I don't need to mess with you. I'm just going to go straight down there. elevator. And thankfully, it's a lot easier to get into Blighttown than it is to get out of it. Because there's so many places where you can just roll off a ledge and cut out like a 5-minute walk. So the reason why we're going back to the Firelink Shrine is because it's going to be faster for us, I think, to use the aqueduct rather than walk through the lower Undead Berg. Hello, dude. Goodbye, Griggs. We shall no doubt see each other again soon. Damn, I was going to try and parry him then. A decent amount of damage. There we go. One thing I've been trying to keep in mind while fighting as well is to dance around my opponents and attack them from behind where possible, because it's something I oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, the katana. I can't believe I just did that. Oh my goodness, I didn't rest at Firelink Shrine either. 12 humanity just dropped. Thankfully, I wasn't human at the time, so I haven't lost some humanity regardless. But yeah, I need to get that back. That represents quite a lot of grinding right now. Not the souls, obviously, but the humanity, yes. Though that actually does bring up something I wanted to talk about, something I discovered about the passive multiplayer. There's something called Vagrant items. I only became aware of this whilst I was cooperating with someone. I was in their world, and in an area of the depths that I'm quite familiar with now, something spawned. It was like this, it almost looked like a dark wraith. It was kind of like glowing red, but it looked like a giant crab. Curious, I looked it up, and apparently this is something called a Vagrant item. And the way Vagrant items work is when someone dies with an especially large amount of souls or humanity and drops them on the floor, but doesn't reclaim them, either because they log off or because they die again and it gets lost, then there's a chance that that large number of souls will become Vagrant. And what a Vagrant item is it wanders through other people's games. So in the same way that when... What on earth just happened there? In the same way that in other people's games, your body might show up if you happen to die of a curse, whilst that... Oh, I need to focus a little bit. I've got to learn this sword attack. It's because this sword cuts down instead of sweeps. It's a little bit more dangerous. And when you run with it, you thrust rather than taking a large sweep around. But as I was saying, the thing with Vagrant items is, as with curses, when someone dies of a curse, their body may show up in other people's games where they died, in sort of like a crystallized form. Vagrant items will similarly, that heap of souls and humanity will turn into an entity that will spawn in the same location in another person's game. As from what I understand, it'll only spawn once, and it'll kind of wander through games. So, for example, when that item spawns, it doesn't spawn in like 2 or 3 people's games. It'll only spawn in one person's game, and then after a while, if it's unmolested, it'll move on and will despawn from that person's game and respawn in another person's game, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure if that's how it works with the statues of cursed people, but this is apparently how it works with Vagrant items. And there's 2 types that will spawn. A passive Vagrant item, which kind of like the twinkling lizard or whatever it is, the Titanite lizard, it'll run away when you discover it, and you've got to try and kill it before it can get away. Or the aggressive one, which is apparently quite powerful, and will fight you. It's got a big pincer, it's got a ranged attack. And if you kill it, it'll drop the souls and humanity, or possibly a rare item. Based on how much souls and humanity it was worth when the original person died. But if it's left long enough, it'll apparently just keep moving between worlds and getting stronger and worth more over time. And it's just another example of how this game does passive multiplayer. It's really, really interesting. All the different ways that it does this. I know it sounds like I'm geeking out about it. It's because I am. I'm really, really impressed with the sort of length they've gone to make this game that doesn't have strict multiplayer, you know, flat out like an MMO, have that feeling of cooperating with other people or working against them. Anyway, it's come up to 30 minutes now, so I'm going to end this here. Oh, looks like I'll end this just after this guy's dead. And then, come on up. Okay, don't. I'll end this episode here. And in the next one, we will continue on down to the depths and to Blighttown. We'll probably park in the bonfire in the depths briefly. I'll check out if the Uchigatana has lost much durability, so I can kind of gauge how much I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. And I'll also turn human. Now, I'm a bit weary of that, and it's the reason why I haven't walked all the way back to the Blighttown, like off screen. It's because if I'm human when I'm going there, possibility of me being invaded. So I want to have you around when that happens, just so you can see any hilarious deaths of mine. So on that note, going to end this episode, and in the next one we will continue on our journey. Hope to see you there. Until then, take care.